Young and the Restless early spoilers July 21st to 25th. Nick's shocking frame-up, Kyle and Audra's dirty drama. As we always do on early edition day, we're going to dive right in with what's coming the rest of this week, and then talk about what's coming next week. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Chance's investigation and suspects. So on Wednesday, July 16th, Chance Chancellor Connor Floyd gets most of the guests, or about half of the guests I guess, into the club car to talk to them. Missing out on this meeting are Nikki Newman, Melody Thomas Scott, and Victor Newman, Eric Braeden, Lauren Fenmore, Tracy Bregman, and Michael Baldwin, Christian Jules LeBlanc, Diane Jenkins, Susan Walters, and Jack Abbott, Peter Bergman, Audra and Kyle, and also Billy Abbott, Jason Thompson, and Sally Spectra, Courtney Hope, and the assistant Carter. And Nick thinks that Phyllis Summers, Michelle Stafford, knows what happened and why they're being gathered. She does, but she's freaking out and won't spill yet. Lily Winters, Crystal Khalil, suspects that Kane Ashby, Billy Flynn, killed Damian Kane, Jermaine Rivers, but Kane insists he was drugged, too, and says he was the real target. Nick and Lily both accuse Kane of killing Damian. And Phyllis, Michelle Stafford, says, no, it wasn't poison. It was a stabbing that killed Damian. Kane shows the box that the murder weapon was in, but says it's gone now. And Lily freaks because she knows this is going to crush Nate Hastings, Sean Dominic, and Amy Lewis, Valerie Pettiford. Young and the Restless spoilers. Chance doubts Phyllis. Amanda Sinclair, Miss Hale Morgan, insists that nobody else is in danger except for Kane, who agrees that the others are likely safe. Chance starts his interviews one-on-one with Phyllis, who says that she got lost in the maze and she was with Jack and Diane, but then she broke off from them and hasn't seen them since. She tells Chance the maze walls were changed around to be more confusing. Phyllis says she walked up on Kane, who was holding an already dead or dying Damian. Phyllis says neither of them touched the knife. She does not think Kane did it. And Chance wants to know if Phyllis is covering for Kane to get a job because let's face it, Chance knows that Phyllis is a liar. Plus, she reminds him that the alcohol, glasses, and knife all disappeared while Chance was with Kane. So that should, rationalize what she's saying and justify it. Nick and Sharon's concerns, Amanda's grilling, and Lily's suspicions. Nick tells Sharon he thinks Kane's going to try and blame Victor Newman, Eric Braeden, for this stabbing. And they hope that Michael will help Victor. And then Nick and Sharon worry how this will affect Phyllis since they think she's still traumatized from the whole kidnapping ordeal. Amanda grills Kane. He insists he's innocent, but Amanda says this looks really bad for him. Kane says the drugged booze and the knife were both meant to kill him. And they wonder who did it. And Kane says Victor's, wicked and Nick's got a bad temper. Amanda suggests that they call the French authorities and drop the lie that they're out of contact with the outside world, but he won't hear about that. Lily tells Abby Newman, Melissa Ordway, and Devin Hamilton, Brighton James, this might have been her fault because she told Kane that she's with Damian now and then dead. So Lily wonders if Kane killed him and says that maybe the man who fathered her children is a monster now. Devin thinks the whole death threat thing was fake from the jump, and that Kane inviting Damian was odd. Abby says she does not think Kane's the jealous killer type. And Devin wonders if there is more to Damian and Kane's past than they realize. Devin says Holden Novak, Nathan Owens, said Damian had a bad temper. And they wonder maybe if he was blackmailing Kane, and Devin tells the ladies just to keep an open mind. Bloody knife discovery and Victor's determination. Meanwhile, Nick flips out because he goes back to his room on the train car, and he finds the bloody knife in his bathroom. He wraps it up in plastic and runs it right to Chance. Nick tells him he found it in the bathroom and thinks that he is being set up. On Thursday, July 17th, Victor is determined not to let Kane win. So Victor may think that Kane's setting him up, or Nick's up since the knife was found in Nick's bathroom. I'm guessing Victor will get Michael involved, and Victor may try and throw all the accusations towards Kane since he was the one with Damian. So, Kane is on the defensive on Thursday on Young and the Restless. Everybody suspects him except for Amanda and Phyllis, it seems. Accusations are flying. Actually, I think Abby doesn't really suspect him either. Anyway, his prints may be on the knife since it was his knife, but it's not like Chance is going to be able to run fingerprints from there. If he does, that's absolute nonsense. Lily's damaging info, Audra and Kyle's blurred lines, and Billy's reality check. Lily may sling more accusation, and Devin seems intent on thinking Kane made up the death threat that brought Chance there. Lily gives some damaging info about Kane to Chance, and Lily may tell Chance that Kane was pushing to reunite. He was super jealous. So, right after Lily said she was with Damian now, well, he's dead and Kane was alone with him after insisting on talking to Damian alone. So the optics are bad. Friday, July 18th, the lines blur for Audra and Kyle. Are they going to end up in bed doing the deed, or is this just going to be a kissing and groping situation? You know, Damien's murder may leave them shaken and causing them to cross lines. At funerals, people get carried away, and weddings. Anytime there's a whole bunch of emotions, people do bad things. Billy gets a painful reality check from Jack. He may tell Billy the deal's off. He's not going to fund a company for Billy to have somebody else run, and needs to let go of the Victor thing. And this mess with Kane may just make it all more real to Jack that he just can't approve of a plan where he's financing Billy while he's getting involved with Kane. They're chasing after Victor. And then there's this murder thing. It's just too much. Sharon's extremes, Kyle and Audra's guilt, and lingering suspicions. Sharon goes to extremes to help Nick on Friday. He wants to get back home to family, but Chance will likely say Nick can't go because the murder weapon was in his room. So, will Nick try and go anyway, or try and find a way to reach the outside world by phone? You know, go breaking into the chateau or something. The week of July 21st through the 25th, Kyle and Audra worry about what they did. We don't know yet how far they go, but obviously they've betrayed Nate Hastings, Sean Dominic, and Claire Grace Newman, Haley Aaron, and they are suffering some guilt. After the passion cools off from that moment, Billy may start to spiral and may double down on making a deal with Kane. Even given the whole murder thing, he may think, screw Jack. I want Chancellor, and ask Kane, let me know how I can help. Let's pen this on Victor, because Billy would love that. Young and the Restless spoilers. Kane looks guilty and Nick insists he's innocent. Suspicions continue to grow about Kane. I wonder if there's going to be any other dangerous incidences, or not. If he really is the target, then the would-be killer of Kane may try again. Amanda defends her boss against accusers. Victor remains determined. He wants out of there and tells Chance, call the damned cops and let's wrap this up. Kane is clearly streets guilty. Of Genoa City are about to erupt into chaos as two explosive storylines collide, leaving longtime fans gasping in disbelief. At the heart of the turmoil is none other than Nick Newman, whose impeccable reputation is on the brink of ruin after a shocking frame-up that threatens everything he holds dear. Simultaneously, the delicate balance in Kyle and Audra's relationship is shattered by a scandalous betrayal that will test loyalties, ignite rivalries, and leave a trail of secrets that could destroy lives. For weeks, Nick Newman has been navigating the treacherous waters of corporate warfare, determined to protect Newman Enterprises from the constant scheming of rivals who lurk in every corner. But even Nick, with all his experience and cunning, could not foresee the trap that was being set for him. Sources in Genoa City whisper that a mysterious new adversary has been meticulously crafting a scenario to tarnish Nick's impeccable reputation. An intricate web of lies, forged documents, and doctored evidence designed to make it appear as if Nick engaged in illicit dealings behind the boardroom doors. The timing couldn't be more dramatic. With Victor Newman's recent involvement in high-stakes corporate mergers, Nick's sudden brush with scandal threatens to derail years of careful planning. The frame-up is not just a professional threat. It's a personal assault aimed directly at Nick's credibility and honor. The implications are massive. Shareholders are questioning their trust, business partners are reconsidering alliances, and the press has begun circling like vultures, eager to expose what appears to be the next big corporate scandal in Genoa City. Meanwhile, Nick's allies are scrambling. Sharon, ever vigilant and loyal, senses that something is amiss. Her instincts tell her that Nick is being set up, but the trail is murky, and the mastermind behind the scheme remains elusive. Fans are already speculating. Could it be someone from Victor's past trying to sabotage the Newman legacy? Or is it a cunning newcomer with a grudge against the family? One thing is clear. Nick's fight to clear his name is just beginning, and it will require every ounce of strategy, courage, and determination he possesses. As Nick grapples with this sudden crisis, another storm is brewing in the realm of romance and betrayal. Kyle Abbott, ever the loyal son and devoted partner, finds himself entangled in a scandalous affair that threatens to unravel his carefully constructed life. Audra, whose charm and ambition have made her both a beloved and controversial figure in Genoa City, has found herself at the center of a dirty drama that is as shocking as it is scandalous. Audra's recent actions have sent ripples through the Abbott family. In a shocking turn of events, she has been accused of manipulating situations to her advantage, leveraging secrets, and playing a dangerous game that pits love against ambition. Kyle, caught between his loyalty to his family and his growing suspicions about Audra's motives, faces an impossible choice. Confront the woman he loves, or risk becoming complicit in a scheme that could destroy him. The tension between Kyle and Audra escalates when whispers of deceit reach the ears of the Abbotts. Jack Abbott, ever protective of his family's reputation, warns Kyle to tread carefully, hinting that Audra's actions may not be as innocent as they appear. Meanwhile, Devon Hamilton, who has often served as the moral compass in the chaos of Genoa City, tries to mediate, hoping to prevent heartbreak and disaster. But Audra is determined, and her ambition may just outweigh her conscience. The collision of these two storylines, Nick's frame-up and Kyle and Audra's dirty drama, promises a perfect storm. While Nick scrambles to prove his innocence, Kyle is forced to navigate the treacherous waters of love, betrayal, and family loyalty. Each decision made in the heat of the moment could have far-reaching consequences, altering the course of relationships, businesses, and personal lives across Genoa City. Fans of The Young and the Restless are already buzzing online, debating who could be behind Nick's shocking frame-up. Theories range from corporate rivals seeking revenge to family members with hidden agendas. Meanwhile, the tension surrounding Kyle and Audra has sparked heated discussions about loyalty, morality, and the fine line between love and manipulation. Social media is ablaze with speculation. Will Kyle stand by Audra, or will he take a stand for what is right? And how far will Nick go to expose the truth and reclaim his reputation? Adding to the suspense is the involvement of secondary players who may tip the balance in unexpected ways. Amanda Sinclair, known for her legal prowess and cunning strategies, has been spotted consulting with Nick, hinting that a major courtroom showdown may be imminent. Meanwhile, Phyllis Summers, always the wild card, has her own reasons for stirring the pot, and her alliance, or lack thereof, could shift the dynamics in ways no one anticipates. The drama intensifies as the lines between personal and professional life blur. Nick's family becomes inadvertently embroiled in the scandal, with Chelsea and Victor feeling the weight of the pressure to protect both the family name and their loved one. Kyle, on the other hand, faces intimate betrayals that cut deeper than any corporate intrigue. Audra's actions force him to confront uncomfortable truths about love, trust, and the consequences of ambition. The stage is set for explosive confrontations, heartfelt confessions, and jaw-dropping revelations. In the coming weeks, viewers can expect courtroom battles, heated exchanges at family gatherings, and clandestine meetings that reveal hidden agendas. Nick will need every ally he can muster to navigate the treacherous landscape of false accusations, while Kyle must decide whether love is worth risking everything, or if betrayal demands decisive action. In a city where secrets are currency and trust is fragile, no one is safe. Nick's frame-up serves as a stark reminder that even the most powerful can fall prey to deception, while Kyle and Audra's tangled web of intrigue demonstrates that ambition can be as dangerous as any external threat. Genoa City is bracing for shockwaves that will leave viewers on the edge of their seats, as the fallout from these intertwined dramas threatens to change the game entirely. As The Young and the Restless pushes forward, one thing is certain: loyalty, trust, and morality are being tested like never before. Fans are eagerly awaiting answers. Who is orchestrating Nick's downfall? Will Kyle and Audra survive the storm of scandal and betrayal? And how will these events reshape the intricate web of relationships in Genoa City? With every twist and turn, the stakes get higher. Nick's quest to clear his name, combined with Kyle and Audra's dangerous dance of deception, promises a gripping narrative that will keep audiences hooked, debating, and theorizing long after the credits roll. In Genoa City, the line between friend and foe is razor-thin, and the truth is always stranger and more shocking than fiction. Buckle up, YandR fans. The drama is just beginning, and the fallout from Nick's shocking frame-up and Kyle and Audra's dirty drama will be felt across every corner of Genoa City. The next few episodes are guaranteed to deliver jaw-dropping twists, emotional turmoil, and scandalous revelations that will leave fans desperate for more. Genoa City are buzzing with tension, and the shadows of secrets are stretching longer than ever. Chance Chancellor has taken center stage in a story that is equal parts suspense and betrayal. As Genoa City's most relentless detective, Chance is delving into a complex web of mysteries that have the entire town holding its collective breath. But the deeper he digs, the more he realizes that almost everyone has something to hide, and every suspect has a motive that could unravel the lives of the Newman, Abbott, and Chancellor families alike. Chance's investigation begins innocently enough, or at least as innocent as anything can in Genoa City. A series of alarming events has left the town reeling. A mysterious fire at a local warehouse, a tampered business deal gone wrong, and a string of cryptic messages targeting some of the city's most influential players. Chance, always methodical and unflappable, begins to pull the threads together. He knows the stakes are high. The consequences of a wrong accusation could be disastrous. The first suspect in his crosshairs is none other than Billy Abbott. With his complicated history of business rivalries and romantic entanglements, Billy is never far from controversy. Recently, a shadowy business deal fell apart, and several key witnesses hinted that someone close to the Abbott family may have had a hand in sabotaging it. Chance can't ignore the whispers that Billy's frustrations and reckless decisions might have spiraled into something far more dangerous. But is Billy capable of crossing the line into criminal territory? Only Chance's investigation will tell. Then there's Victoria Newman, who seems like the picture of composure, but Chance knows better. Victoria has been juggling family pressures, corporate stress, and a love life that seems perpetually on the brink of chaos. Her recent confrontation with an anonymous blackmailer has raised red flags. Could Victoria's determination to protect her family have pushed her to extremes? Chance is cautious. He has seen how desperation can make even the most ethical people take unexpected steps. Not far behind in the list of suspects is Adam Newman, whose reputation for cunning and manipulation precedes him. Adam's recent return to Genoa City has coincided with several suspicious incidents, making him a person of interest. Chance is acutely aware that Adam's charm and intelligence can mask dangerous intentions. If anyone in Genoa City could orchestrate a multi-layered scheme with plausible deniability, it would be Adam. The detective knows that Adam will be a slippery target. One misstep, and the entire investigation could be derailed. But Chance's suspicions don't stop with the Newmans and Abbotts. Phyllis Summers is another person whose motives are murky at best. She has recently been involved in a high-stakes romance, and her past is littered with a trail of secrets and manipulations. Chance can't ignore the possibility that her involvement might not just be emotional, it could be strategic. Phyllis has always had a knack for inserting herself where trouble brews, and that instinct could have dangerous consequences this time around. Even the chancellors themselves are under the microscope. Chance's own family ties make this investigation particularly painful. The possibility that someone close to him might be involved gnaws at Chance, forcing him to question his instincts and his loyalties. Family loyalty is complicated, especially when mixed with secrets that could destroy reputations and lives. Chance's meticulous approach ensures that no one is exempt from scrutiny, not even those he loves most. As the investigation unfolds, Chance starts piecing together subtle connections. A misplaced file here, a cryptic voicemail there, and a sudden financial transaction all start to point toward a larger conspiracy. He notices patterns that others might overlook. The way suspects react under pressure, the inconsistencies in their alibis, the subtle lies that reveal more than they conceal. Every lead brings him closer to the truth, but also deeper into danger. Whoever is behind the chaos knows they are being watched, and they are willing to fight to protect their secrets. The tension escalates when Chance receives an anonymous tip, leading him to a hidden meeting in a secluded part of Genoa City. The tipster claims to have inside knowledge of a plot that could shake the foundations of the city's elite families. Chance, cautious but determined, follows the lead, aware that a single misstep could put him directly in the crosshairs. This moment marks a turning point in the investigation. The stakes are no longer just professional, they are personal. Chance is now not only unraveling a mystery, but also confronting the possibility that those he trusts most may have darker motives than he ever imagined. Meanwhile, the suspects are restless. Adam's calculated moves, Victoria's guarded maneuvers, and Phyllis's cryptic actions suggest that the game is on, and each player is maneuvering for control. Billy's impulsive behavior adds volatility, creating opportunities for misdirection and deception. Genoa City has become a chessboard, and Chance is determined to be the player who anticipates every move. But even with his keen instincts, the detective knows the line between hunter and hunted is perilously thin. Fans of the young and the restless can expect shocks at every turn. Chance's investigation is far from straightforward. There are red herrings, hidden alliances, and unexpected betrayals that will keep viewers on the edge of their seats. With each passing episode, new clues emerge, and the list of suspects shifts, forcing Chance and the audience to constantly reevaluate who can be trusted. One of the most compelling aspects of this storyline is Chance's internal struggle. He is a man committed to justice, but he is also deeply human, grappling with doubt, fear, and the moral complexity of the choices before him. His relationships with the suspects complicate matters further. Every conversation, every observation, and every decision carries emotional weight, making the investigation not only a search for truth, but also a journey into the heart of human behavior. As the suspense builds, viewers are left wondering, who will emerge as the mastermind behind the chaos? Will chance uncover the truth before someone else manipulates the situation to their advantage? The city itself seems to hold its breath, as secrets long buried threaten to surface, and alliances teeter on the edge of collapse. One thing is certain: no one in Genoa City is truly safe when Chance Chancellor is on the case. In the coming weeks, the young and the restless promises explosive confrontations, shocking revelations, and a crescendo of drama that will leave the town reeling. Chance's investigation is more than just a detective story. It is a study of ambition, greed, and the lengths people will go to protect themselves and those they love. Each suspect adds a layer of intrigue, and each revelation brings new questions. For fans, the suspense is deliciously unbearable, and the payoff promises to be unforgettable. One thing is clear. In Genoa City, the truth is always more dangerous than the lies, and Chance Chancellor is about to prove that he will stop at nothing to uncover it. The investigation is heating up, the suspects are on edge, and the viewers are glued to their screens, ready to see who will be caught in the crossfire of secrets, betrayal, and shocking heart of Genoa City, where secrets fester behind polished facades. A new wave of tension is about to ripple through the lives of the Newman and Abbott clans. At the center of it all is Chance Chancellor, a man usually guided by instinct, honor, and loyalty. But even the most steadfast can find themselves questioning the motives of those closest to them. Recent developments suggest that Chance's trust in Phyllis Summers, the savvy and often enigmatic businesswoman, is beginning to waver. And in a town where trust is a currency, doubt can be dangerous. Chance has always been someone who wears his heart on his sleeve, but recent encounters with Phyllis have left him unsettled. What started as a subtle unease over Phyllis's increasingly secretive behavior has now blossomed into genuine suspicion. Viewers will recall that Phyllis, known for her sharp business acumen and equally sharp tongue, has been acting more evasively than usual. From private phone calls she abruptly ends when Chance enters the room to carefully measured responses that feel rehearsed rather than candid. Her demeanor has set off alarm bells in his mind. The turning point came during a high-stakes business meeting at Chancellor Industries. Chance noticed Phyllis subtly maneuvering behind the scenes, influencing decisions in ways that seemed to benefit her own interests rather than the company's. While Chance has always admired her intelligence, this time he couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. Was she manipulating him? Was there an agenda he hadn't been privy to? The questions began to gnaw at him, leaving Chance in uncharted territory, distrust. As Chance begins to observe Phyllis more closely, small inconsistencies emerge. A supposed late-night meeting she claimed was with a client turns out to be untraceable, and her explanations feel rehearsed. Even subtle gestures, like avoiding eye contact when certain topics are raised, begin to feed Chance's growing unease. The irony isn't lost on him. Phyllis, a woman known for reading people like open books, is now reading him. And for the first time, he feels like he's one step behind in a game he doesn't fully understand. Genoa City is, of course, a place where rumors and whispers travel faster than the speed of light. Chance confides in a few trusted allies, cautiously seeking perspective without revealing the depth of his suspicions. His conversations with Abby Newman, who has long known Phyllis and her tendency for manipulation, add fuel to the fire. Abby doesn't outright accuse Phyllis, but her pointed questions, "Are you sure you're seeing the whole picture, Chance?" plant seeds of doubt that begin to take root in his mind. Chance's inner turmoil is compounded by Phyllis's calculated charm. She senses the tension but masks her awareness with her trademark poise. Her words are carefully chosen, her smiles practiced, and her occasional flares of frustration seem almost strategic. The viewer can almost hear the gears turning in her mind. Every move she makes is designed to maintain an edge, to protect her secrets, and to keep Chance guessing. It's a delicate dance, and Chance is feeling increasingly out of step. Meanwhile, Chance's professional life suffers under the weight of his personal doubts. Decision-making, once clear and confident, becomes clouded with second-guessing. He hesitates on major projects, questions colleagues' advice, and obsesses over every minor discrepancy in Phyllis's statements. Even his interactions with his family grow tense, as the man who usually exudes calm and measured judgment begins to show cracks in his armor. It's only a matter of time before these doubts spill over, potentially causing ripples that affect everyone in his orbit. Phyllis, ever the strategist, is not blind to Chance's growing unease. She thrives in uncertainty, expertly feeding subtle misinformation while maintaining an outwardly innocent facade. Every encounter with Chance becomes a psychological chess match. Her motives remain tantalizingly opaque, leaving both Chance and the audience guessing. Is she merely protecting herself, or is there a larger, more dangerous game at play? The real question looming over Genoa City is how far Chance will allow his doubts to drive him. Will he confront Phyllis directly, risking a confrontation that could destroy their fragile alliance? Or will he dig silently, following breadcrumbs that may lead to revelations or disastrous misunderstandings? And what role will other players in the city, like Victoria Newman or Nick Newman, have in either clarifying or complicating the situation further? Adding to the tension, Chance is beginning to notice subtle alliances forming around Phyllis. Other players in the city, individuals whose loyalties are notoriously fluid, appear to support her, whether knowingly or unknowingly. Chance's analytical mind races. Is Phyllis orchestrating a network to protect herself, or is he simply seeing shadows in every corner? These layers of intrigue make the unfolding drama irresistibly compelling for viewers, who are left on the edge of their seats with every interaction between Chance and Phyllis. And then there's the personal dimension, the emotional undercurrent that makes this storyline so gripping. Chance isn't just questioning Phyllis professionally, he's questioning her as a person. The tension between personal trust and professional judgment is a delicate balance that has always been a hallmark of the young and the restless. Chance's struggle to reconcile his instincts with his heart will resonate with viewers, drawing them into the emotional labyrinth of deception, loyalty, and betrayal. As the week unfolds, expect fireworks. Chance may attempt subtle tests, perhaps planting false information or setting up scenarios to gauge Phyllis's reactions. Phyllis, ever resourceful, will likely counter in ways that are both shocking and clever, ensuring that no one, not even Chance, has a full view of the board. For the audience, every glance, every hesitation, and every word carries weight, making each scene a masterclass in suspense and character-driven drama. Ultimately, Chance's doubts about Phyllis are more than just a subplot. They're a catalyst for a larger unraveling of relationships and power dynamics in Genoa City. Trust, once fractured, is incredibly difficult to rebuild, and the ripple effects of suspicion will touch everyone from family members to business rivals. Viewers can anticipate tense confrontations, strategic maneuvering, and perhaps even moments of vulnerability that reveal the true nature of both Chance and Phyllis. In a city defined by ambition, secrets, and shifting loyalties, Chance's growing doubt is a ticking time bomb. The question isn't whether Phyllis will be exposed. Viewers already know her capacity for cunning, but whether Chance can navigate this minefield without losing himself. And in true Young and the Restless fashion, the answer will likely be as unpredictable as it is captivating. Genoa City fans are in for a thrilling ride. Chance's suspicion of Phyllis promises to inject tension, intrigue, and emotional drama into the storylines of the coming weeks. With secrets, strategy, and suspense intertwining, the delicate dance between trust and doubt is set to become one of the most compelling arcs of the season.